I mean, I expected City to be bad at the back, but I didn't expect Monaco to be bad at the back. So all that resulted in 8 goals. 2 quality teams going forward. I mean, it was such an open game, and I don't know what it says for the second leg, but there was some bad defending from both teams, but that little bit extra quality from City in the final third. You think about it as well. Aguero should have had a penalty, and Falcao missed a penalty. It was nuts.
It was bonkers.
It was nuts.
It was crazy. And then when you think about the idea that Falcao misses a penalty and how that might have changed the game, the fact that Sergio Kun Aguero was taken down early in the first half, how that might have changed the game. And both teams will look at this, and perhaps City will be concerned about the defender, which continues to be a concern. And even though they win the game, you think, my goodness, we are terrible in the back. I mean, we're so kind of awful in the back. And then Monaco will look at it. We scored 3 goals away from home, and somehow we continue to lose. And we missed a penalty in the process. Both teams will be left disappointed with the end result.
Oh, City will be happy, at least, surely.
Not by giving up 3 goals.
But if you offered them 5-3 at the start, they would have taken it.
They would have taken the win. Yes, but I don't think you give up 3 goals at home. That's not what you want to do, because now you still got to go to Monaco, and it's not like you have a shutdown defender in that back line, John Stones and Otamendi. So you assume that you're going to give up goals to Monaco as well.
Yeah, the players will be happy. The players will be happy. I'll tell you what, though, the coaching staff will go in the back room and shut the door and go, geez, we've lost 3 tonight. We could have lost 7-5. Never mind winning 5-3. And that kind of brings me to where I want to go with this game. It seems crazy that in a game that has 8 goals, I'm going to criticise, because Guardiola gets completely slapped on the back, how big a genius his tactics are, how he can do this, do that. How can he go out in the second half after the 2 centre-backs, Otamendi and Stones, they got undressed by Falcao and Mbappe, and he doesn't do anything about it. He just left it. And of course, what happened? They got undressed again. Now, somehow they've got themselves 5 goals, and they come out on top. Where's this tactical genius? Is it just a who cares mentality? It's like the charge of the Light Brigade?
I think it is,
because that's what it was like.
I think it is. I think he's got to the stage this season, he's thought, you know what, I can put any combination together at the back, and I can't get them to defend, or they don't want to defend, or they're incapable of defending. So I'm just going to go hell for leather, and hopefully I'm going to take the pressure off. But he's absolutely right. Otamendi and John Stones should be in that dressing room saying to the lads, I'm buying you drinks for the rest of the season. Just bail those 2 out again. I mean, John Stones never seems to learn. That wonderful goal from Falcao, where he chipped it over Caballero, which is a marvellous piece of skill, he should never have been in that position in the first place. I mean, 1, he outpaces Stones down the channel. 2, John Stones gets way too tight to him, and then he gets rolled and out-muscled. I mean, the boy's got to learn, and he needs to learn.
Wait, people have told me on this couch so many times that John Stones is the real deal. Stevie, you think he's a good defender?
Excuse me. Whoa.
I said to you...
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me make what you said to me. I'll tell you what I said to you.
Go on.
This guy's a football player. This guy needs to learn. I did not say he's a great defender, because not yet has he ever shown he's a great defender. He's a great footballing
So why are we giving him chances?
Because he's got nobody else. The only other option he's got is Kolarov.
But why is he being held next England captain? All this sort of stuff that's surrounding him.
He's leaning forward. That's not a good sign.
I don't know who you're listening to, but clearly you're not listening to me.
That's a worry.
Listen,
I mean, that's a huge worry.
The kid has the potential, if he can actually learn how to defend.
I don't get it. The potential to be what? He's a defender. Surely he should be able to defend first and play with the ball afterwards.
He's not learning.
It's funny how we're talking about defending here. I mean, there's about a half a dozen decent defenders in the world, and all of a sudden you've decided today to go after John Stones.
I think that's fair enough. This is John Stones who, got a 40 million price tag to his name.
So were we really surprised how badly John Stones defended today?
I'm just surprised how it continues, that there is no sign of improvement.
Him and Otamendi as a partnership are a disaster, right? End the story now. He's stuck with him for the rest of this season. But defending, and Otamendi's way more experienced at all levels than John Stones, by the way. But John Stones is a young, up-and-coming guy with a big price tag. Has to improve his decision-making. He's clearly got a talent. But defending, as Stevie will tell you, is first and foremost...
What's his talent, Craig?
Good decision. He's a good footballer. He's got a good footballing brain, and he can defend, but he makes bad decisions at the moment, like getting too tight, like taking a chance on the ball, like dropping off when he should be stepping up. And when you're making bad decisions, then it makes you look a bad defender, and it's his decision making.
And I'll tell you what, this is not at all on John Stones.
Right.
Because there is obviously nobody helping him. And by the way, while we're on the subject, can you tell me, all these genius coaches, right? Klopp, Guardiola, Wenger, all these genius coaches, who's actually teaching the players how to defend? It's all about, closing the ball. It's all about tactics. It's all about everything around the actual basics of the game. There are two basics in the game. One is attacking and one is defending. And clearly, nobody wants anything to do with defending anymore, other than a couple of guys, like Conte. And guess what? Chelsea's top of the Premier League.
I'm not about to defend John Stones, but it doesn't help that you have a heart attack next to you in Otamendi. Because Otamendi, everything is a slide tackle, everything is overplaying the ball. That doesn't help the situation for John Stones. What I would say, going back to Guardiola for a second, is how stubborn do you have to be that you look at yourself and look at the squad that you have and you say, you know what, Fernandinho, right back, yes. That makes sense. And continues to go with it. And it's just stubborn. It's because it somehow, in his mind, it's a way of saying, you know what, I'm going to show you how the game is properly played. And I'm going to squeeze a guy onto the field that doesn't belong in that position. So no surprise that Zabaleta comes on the right-hand side. And then Sagna goes down on the left-hand side. Fernandinho's off the field. And it got better. Of course, the bar was set very low defensively, but it got better. The other thing that I'd like to highlight is Sergio Aguero. Under pressure, Gabriel Jesus was supposed to be the next big thing, and if he hadn't gotten hurt, he would still be playing. Aguero would still be on the bench. But Sergio Aguero comes in and had a tremendous match, an outstanding game with goals, with creativity, with movement, with dynamic understanding in the front third. All of those things that we've seen from Aguero before, and apparently Guardiola hasn't. But Guardiola, at this point, would have to turn to Aguero and say, you know what, today you bail me out.
How do you start to explain a game like that?
I don't know. Many things happen. A lot of things happen. But in the moment we were lucky. And we were stable mentally. So it's not easy to play against that team. How quick they are, how good. And we defend big spaces in our back, and that's why it's always complicated. But so the old guys play amazing. The young guys in the team play amazing, and. For our future, like a club, to live this kind of experience help us a lot because Manchester City, Monaco has more history in the Europe than us, and Manchester City the last 4, 5, 6 years was there, but before never was there, and you need to live this kind of experience to learn, to improve, and to be there. So it's just the first step. So. Of course, the result, everything can happen. So we saw Monaco, so we have to score goals there. So we're going to defend. Will be almost impossible, but they are able to score 2, 3, or 4 goals. So I know that. And but okay, it's a good result.
You don't have any problems scoring. Maybe you have some problems stopping other teams from scoring, but then so do they.
Yeah, but we think in attack. We think in attack, and of course we control. But when you defend big space against Mbappé, against Bernardo Silva, against Lemaire, so they're an unbelievable player. They scored 77, and now maybe it's 80 goals in one season. They attack with a lot of people. We see Dibé, Mendy arrive with 6, 7 years. They have the quality. They are physical, strong. So it's a top team. That's why they are first in the Ligue 1 in France. So that's why it's a fantastic team. That's why I give a lot of credit what we have done.
Is it enough? Is it enough?
No.
Will 5-3 be enough is really what I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, it's a result. So could be better, could be worse. So it's what it is.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed how good they are. Physical, strong. The fullbacks play like wingers. The wingers play like attacking midfielders. The two strikers, fighters, and in the box, Falcao, Germain. They are killers in the box. So complete team. So it's the most successful team in Europe in terms to score goals. So tough draw. Looking forward to play against them. How is our level? So just compliment because they are a real good team.